Professor Jiang Xueqin, the man who called Trump's return in May 2024 and predicted the exact U.S.-Israel strike on Iran over a year before it happened, just dropped game theory number 9 today. And what he says about the petrodollar is the most important macro call of 2026. The structural fragility, geography is destiny. The GCC, Bahrain, UAE/Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia are artificial petrostates built on sand. 80% of all food is imported. 60% of all fresh water comes from energy-intensive desalination plants. Flat, open desert terrain, zero natural cover, 90% plus expats in Dubai, zero domestic fighting spirit. Entire model depends on selling oil exclusively in US dollars and recycling trillions back into US assets. Iran, by contrast, is a mountainous fortress with strategic depth, a population that has survived decades of sanctions, and a Shia martyrdom culture that turns death into fuel. Professor Jiang pulls up the maps. Strait of Hormuz, 33 kilometers wide, 20% of global oil. Water stress charts, UAE and Bahrain literally off the scale. Ethnic/religious overlays. These countries should not exist in their current form. They only do because America protects them. That protection is now being tested by $40,000 drones. The asymmetric warfare machine. Iran is not matching US firepower. It is bankrupting it. Shahed drones, $35,000 to $50,000 each, 500 produced per day, estimated 80,000 stockpile. Target list, desalination plants, oil terminals, power grids, airports, U.S. bases. U.S./Israeli response. $1 to $3 million Patriot/THAAD missiles, often 2 to 3 needed per drone. That's kind of silly, Jiang says with his trademark dry laugh. One drone can knock out a desalination plant serving millions. A few hits on Jebel Ali or Ras Tanura, and the revenue plus water plus electricity, triple crisis hits simultaneously. Country by country collapse sequence 1. Bahrain, first to fall, weeks, not months. 50 to 60% Shia population, ruled by Sunni monarchy seen as US/Saudi puppet. Home of US 5th Fleet Naval Base, already under direct missile/drone barrage. Khamenei's martyrdom plus school strike equals religious obligation for jihad. Jiang's prediction, Shia uprising plus Iranian support implies monarchy flees or is overthrown. Loss of 5th Fleet equals catastrophic strategic defeat for America. 2. Dubai/UAE. Glamour model dies overnight. 90% plus expats, $200,000 to $250,000 charter flights already happening. Airport shutdowns, Burj Al Arab hit, luxury projects exposed. Jiang's exact words, Dubai as a city in the long term, it is dead. You're a wealthy Westerner or Asian, you're not coming back to a place that can be attacked anytime by Iranians. 3. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, the slow motion implosion. Same vulnerabilities on larger scale. Shia minorities in eastern Saudi oil fields. Massive desalination complexes, food import dependence. When water runs out and oil money stops flowing, the social contract, subsidies, no taxes, breaks. The game theory endgame. This is classic asymmetric repeated game with massive differences in pain tolerance. Iran fights to the death, jihad plus martyrdom. GCC elites have private jets and Swiss accounts. They run. Credible commitment. Iran's command is now decentralized and religiously motivated. GCC's loyalty is purely transactional. Cost curve. Iran spends $40,000. US spends millions per response. Iran can do this forever. GCC cannot. When the monarchies crack, and Jiang says they will, petrodollar recycling stops cold. No more Gulf trillions buying US treasuries, US stocks, US real estate, US tech. Oil sales instantly diversify into yuan, rupee, gold, or BRICS currencies. The exorbitant privilege that let America run endless deficits since 1973 to 74 vanishes. Final end state for the GCC monarchies. either collapse, flee into exile, or become Iranian-aligned vassal states. Region fragments into water wars and proxy chaos. Pax Islamica, under Iranian leadership, Shia-led jihad narrative, replaces U.S.-backed order. The entire post-1971 American financial architecture loses its Gulf pillar. Jiang has been saying this exact sequence since 2024. Today, he is simply documenting it in real time. For macro liquidity warriors, this is the regime change event. Structural dollar demand collapse to yield spike to liquidity crunch to acceleration of de-dollarization. The GCC isn't being conquered by armies. It is being dismantled by cheap drones, water scarcity, religious fervor, and the unforgiving math of game theory. The lights are going out in Manama, the runway lights are shutting off in Dubai, and the petrodollar is dying with them.